Welcome back to another inspiring chapter. This time we explore the life of a dynamic entrepreneur, sharp investor, and visionary businessman. Let's step right into his world. At the heart of one of the most dramatic events in Silicon Valley history, a firing that shook the tech world, followed by an astonishing reinstatement, stands a man whose life has always been defined by bold risks, relentless curiosity, and the desire to shape the future of humanity. But this is not where Sam Altman's story begins. To understand how he became one of the most powerful figures in artificial intelligence, we must go back to a childhood curiosity, a decision that defied the traditional path, and a series of ventures that would make him one of the most influential people of our time. Sam Altman was born on April 22, 1985, in Chicago, Illinois, but he grew up in St. Louis, Missouri, in a Jewish family. His mother worked as a dermatologist, while his father was a real estate broker. As the eldest of 4 siblings, Sam carried with him the responsibility of paving the way, a role that would later extend far beyond his family into the technology world. And when he was just 8 years old, Altman received his first computer, an Apple Macintosh. To most children, it might have been just a machine to play games on. For Sam, it was a gateway to another universe. He not only explored games, but also took apart the machine to see what lived inside it. He dived into coding, breaking down the mysterious logic of programming languages. That single gift was the spark that ignited his lifelong obsession with computers and technology. At John Burroughs School in Ladue, Missouri, a private institution known for cultivating curious minds, Altman's fascination with computers grew. By the time his peers were worrying about essays and sports tryouts, Sam was already comfortable in the world of coding and computer hardware. In 2005, Altman enrolled at Stanford University, choosing computer science as his major. Stanford has long been the birthplace of technology legends, and for Sam, it seemed like the natural place to be. Yet unlike many who would spend years climbing the academic ladder, Altman made a decision that reflected his appetite for risk. After 2 years, he dropped out. For some, dropping out might mean failure. For Sam, it meant opportunity. He believed his ideas could not wait for a degree. That leap of faith marked the beginning of his entrepreneurial journey. At just 19 years old in 2005, Sam co-founded Loopt, a pioneering location-based social networking mobile application. At a time when smartphones were still emerging, Loopt offered users the ability to share their locations with friends, an idea that seemed futuristic then, but has since become a standard feature in many apps. Altman, serving as CEO, secured over $30 million in venture capital, attracting investments from Sequoia Capital and Y Combinator. For a young entrepreneur, this was a staggering achievement. Loopt was ahead of its time, but despite its promise, the app struggled to find mass market traction. In 2012, Loopt was acquired by Green Dot Corporation, providing an exit, but not the groundbreaking success some had predicted. The journey taught Altman an invaluable lesson. Even great ideas require timing, persistence, and sometimes reinvention. After Loopt, Altman shifted his focus to venture capital and startup acceleration. In 2011, he joined Y Combinator, the world-renowned startup accelerator, as a partner. By 2014, Sam had risen to become president of Y Combinator, succeeding co-founder Paul Graham. His leadership came at a pivotal moment. Under his direction, Y Combinator flourished, with the total valuation of its portfolio companies exceeding $65 billion. Altman envisioned bold growth. In 2016, he became president of the YC Group, expanding Y Combinator's mission to fund 1,000 companies annually. He introduced YC Continuity, a $700 million equity fund to support later-stage startups, and launched Y Combinator Research, a nonprofit lab exploring ambitious ideas like basic income. By 2019, however, Altman transitioned into a chairman role, choosing to focus his energy on what he believed would be the defining force of the century: artificial intelligence. The story of OpenAI began in 2015, when Sam Altman, along with Greg Brockman, Elon Musk, Jessica Livingston, Peter Thiel, Microsoft, AWS, Infosys, and YC Research, announced the creation of a nonprofit AI lab with an initial $1 billion in funding. Their mission was clear yet audacious: ensure that artificial intelligence benefits humanity as a whole. In March 2019, Altman stepped into the role of CEO of OpenAI, leaving behind his day-to-day responsibilities at Y Combinator. Under his leadership, OpenAI transformed from a research collective into one of the most influential forces in the world. By 2023, Altman was not only leading OpenAI's technological innovations, but also advocating for global AI regulation and cooperation. He traveled across 22 countries, meeting with world leaders, including UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, French President Emmanuel Macron, and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He even testified before the US Senate Judiciary Subcommittee on AI Oversight. That same year, OpenAI landed on the Time 100 Most Influential Companies list, and Altman graced the cover of Time magazine, symbolizing his central role in the AI revolution. Then came November 17, 2023, a day that stunned Silicon Valley. Altman was fired by the OpenAI board, alongside co-founder Greg Brockman. The board, including figures like Helen Toner and Adam D'Angelo, cited concerns about inconsistent communication. The fallout was immediate and seismic. OpenAI employees threatened to resign en masse and join Microsoft, which openly offered Altman and his team a new home. Within days, the pressure became insurmountable. In a dramatic twist, Altman was reinstated as CEO, his power and influence even greater than before. The episode not only cemented his reputation as a resilient leader, but also underscored the sheer weight of his presence in the AI industry. Altman's ambitions have always extended beyond a single company. In 2019, he co-founded Tools for Humanity, which launched the controversial WorldCoin project in July 2023. Using a device called the Orb, WorldCoin aimed to scan users' eyes to create unique digital identities, World IDs, as part of a bold plan to support universal basic income. While visionary, the project drew criticism for privacy risks and lack of clear standards for biometric data. Altman also invested in Humane, a wearable AI-powered computer, Retro Biosciences, a longevity research firm, and Helion Energy, a nuclear fusion company where he serves as chairman. In July 2021, Altman co-founded Alt-C Acquisition Corp., a SPAC that later merged with Oklo, another nuclear energy firm. In the world of venture capital, Altman co-founded Apollo Projects with his brothers, Jack and Max, in 2020, backing moonshot startups like Planetary Technologies, Terraformation, and 44.01. His investment portfolio includes household names like Airbnb, Reddit, Stripe, Instacart, Heap, TripleByte, and newer players like Rain AI, Exowatt, Apex, Campus, TeachMe. Tacoma Induced, Slope, Mint. Fun, and more. Altman's connection to Reddit is particularly notable. In 2014, he briefly stepped in as CEO before bringing back co-founder Steve Huffman. He remained on Reddit's board until 2022, and by the time Reddit went public in 2024, Altman was one of its largest shareholders, poised to gain over $435 million from the IPO. His experience also includes roles as advisor at Fathom Radiant, advisor at the Stellar Development Foundation, board member at Expedia, Journey Collab, and Teespring, and board member at Boom Supersonic. Though he never ran for governor of California in 2018, speculation was high. Instead, Altman launched the United Slate, a political initiative targeting healthcare and housing policy. He also hosted a fundraiser for Andrew Yang in 2019 and donated $250,000 to support Joe Biden in 2020. He remains a strong advocate of universal basic income and land value taxation. On a personal level, Altman has been open about his identity. He came out as gay at 17 during high school. He had a long relationship with Loopt co-founder Nick Sevo, which ended after Loopt's acquisition in 2012. In January 2024, Altman married engineer Oliver Mulherin in Hawaii. The couple lives in Russian Hill, San Francisco, often retreating to Napa Valley on weekends. Altman is also a prepper, stockpiling gold, guns, and survival gear, reflecting his pragmatic view of the world's uncertainties. Altman's accolades include 2008, Business Week's Best Young Entrepreneurs in Technology, 2015, Forbes Top Investor Under 30, 2017, GLAAD's Rick Weiland Award, 2017. Honorary Doctor of Engineering from the University of Waterloo. 2023. Featured in Time 100, honored as CEO of the Year, and included in the Time 100 AI list. He has attended the Bilderberg meeting multiple times, a sign of his growing influence on global policy and thought. Not everything has been smooth. In February 2024, Elon Musk filed a lawsuit against OpenAI and Altman, alleging a betrayal of the company's non-profit origins in favor of profit. Altman and others pushed back, pointing out Musk's shifting involvement and even his proposal to merge OpenAI with Tesla. Despite the noise, Altman's resolve has remained clear. AI must be built responsibly, with benefits spread widely across humanity. Today, with a net worth of $2 billion, Altman stands as not just the CEO of OpenAI, but one of the most consequential figures of the 21st century. He has shaped the trajectory of startups, redefined venture capital, and positioned artificial intelligence at the heart of global policy conversations. And yet, his story feels unfinished. From the boy with the Apple Macintosh dismantled on his bedroom desk to the leader shaping humanity's future with AI, Sam Altman's journey reminds us that curiosity, paired with courage, can change the world.